or is it just cash milking from the franchise or anything? Hi, my name is Zafran from Malaysia. How are you doing with DeWanda?
Doing well. How are you today?
Hey Mohammed, how are you, man?
I'm good, I'm good. Shall we move to the first question?
Yeah.
All right, the first question is, as a new member for Jurassic World, what can you share with us, with the audience, about your character?
I can tell you that Kayla Watts is an Air Force pilot, which is something that, is really dope. She's like essentially, there's so many parallels between Kayla's character and Chris Pratt's Owen that I thought was a lot of fun. And we play with that a lot throughout the entire film, where you're just seeing these kind of like parallels of characters, between the legacy actors and the Jurassic World actors. And, it was a lot of fun to play in that space.
What can the audience expect in this third installment of the Jurassic World?
I think you should expect some surprises. We didn't make a fantasy movie. We made a movie that is really grounded in the possibility and the plausibility of this happening. And to me, that's scarier almost. We use animatronics and we have real dinosaurs and real locations, and I hope that it feels like it's something that's actually happening as opposed to something happening in a computer.
The audience can expect the most. When I think about this film, I think about it in the context of it being like, it feels like it feels like an instant classic. And I say that because infrastructurally, it feels like a late 70s, early 80s film. Like, it feels like Indiana Jones. It feels like Star Wars. We're talking like Spielberg, Lucas, and we're just firing on all cylinders of action adventure. The first couple of films, especially Jurassic Park, were like terrifying. They were like kind of these, they just had this like certain undercurrent, you know what I mean? That felt a little close to like a Jaws, I would say. And this one is just like sweeping. We cover every terrain. I haven't seen a movie like this in a very long time. And it's really thrilling to be a part of it.
All right, to my understanding that this film was have begun shooting during the pandemic. So what are the challenges that you faced during the shooting?
Well, we started before and then we had to stop for many months. And then when we started again, we shot all 4 months to the end, and it was challenging for me personally because I was away from my family the whole time. I got to see them once, and we took a walk together with masks on, and that was it. And a lot of my fellow actors were in a similar situation. Some of them brought their family to where we were staying, and so there was just a different energy about it, and there was a level of creative communication that happened because we were all living in the same place that usually doesn't happen on movies. And I think you're seeing a different movie as a result of how much we built it together.
It was just a major responsibility. We were the first production back. Chris Pratt and I were the first actors back. And, now I'm 2 productions in. And when you are working still now, you know that your health and safety is everyone's business. So keeping yourself safe meant, especially then, there was no like vaccine then. So it was just immense responsibility to be like, I am looking out for the welfare of thousands. Our crew, it's thousands of people. I'm looking out for the welfare of this many people. If I make sure that I'm doing everything in my, power to stay safe and to keep my cast members safe, my crew safe, it's something that I took very seriously. I joke about it. I'm always like, sometimes I had to be a little Tom Cruise about it, but it was an honor. It was an honor.
All right. What are your thoughts on bringing back beloved legacy characters from Jurassic Park into this Jurassic World Dominion?
It's to me, it's holding your love for them in your hands, but not too tight. And I think as fans, sometimes we can grip the things we love so carefully and so tightly that, we don't give them room to breathe. And I wanted to let those actors come in and tell me, how they felt, how their characters feel about the world, and where they think they should go. And so we did a lot of listening, Emily Carmichael and I, and built a story around the legacy characters in a way that I really think honors them and shows a lot of respect.
I'm still in disbelief, honestly. Like on one hand, because we spent so much time together and we lived together, I consider them friends. We're gonna be lifelong. Like that group chat is not going away. There will be no falling outs. But then on the other hand, I saw the movie for the first time a little less than 2 months ago, And I just remember turning to Bryce and just going, how do we do that? Like, how did we do that? You know, and it's really surreal to be a part of something and still be in disbelief of it at the same time.
Okay, this last question is about the rumors that I've heard about the legacy characters. Is it really necessary to bring those characters back, or is it just cash milking from the franchise or anything? What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, it was only necessary for me as a storyteller. Nobody asked me for it. It was a choice that I made. And I felt like, you know, as a fan of the original Jurassic Park trilogy, having seen each of those three movies, I didn't necessarily feel closure with those three characters. I felt that we didn't really get to say goodbye in a lot of ways, because none of those movies, when they were made, knew that you weren't going to see one of them again. Like they were three incidents, and so I felt like there was some unfinished business a little bit, to be honest. And for us to be able to make a film that could provide us that closure and know that, you know, they found a place where they are, hopefully we want our characters to be happy, you know, and we found a place where they're happy would give us a deeper satisfaction as fans.
All right. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you so much, Colin. I'm looking forward for your future projects. Thank you.
All right, man. Take care.
Thank you.